This video is sponsored by RKTF University, Radisson Blue.
Good morning, I'm Vidusha Garwal and you're watching News Flash. Today is the 26th of July and we have a lineup of crucial stories touching every corner of the globe, from the latest developments in politics to groundbreaking advancements in technology. Leaked documents reveal that passports retrieved from Sudanese battlefields suggest the United Arab Emirates may be secretly deploying troops to the country's civil war. A 41-page document submitted to the UN Security Council includes images of Emirati passports allegedly linked to members of the Rapid Support Forces, a paramilitary group in the region. On July 24, 2024, a private plane en route to Pokhara for engine repair crashed while taking off from Kathmandu's Tribhuvan International Airport, turning into a raging inferno. The mishap killed 18 of the 19 people on board. The lone survivor was Captain Manish Ratna, Shakya of Shaurya Airlines. Over 2,000 Afghan refugees have returned from Iran and Pakistan, though it is unclear if they returned voluntarily or were expelled. The Taliban's Ministry of Refugees and Repatriation reported that 1,664 migrants came from Iran, with the remainder from Pakistan. Minister for External Affairs S. Jaishankar on Thursday met his counterparts from the Philippines, Enrique Manalo, and Norway's Espen Barth Eide on the margins of the Asian Meet and discussed strengthening bilateral collaboration and priorities in the Indo-Pacific region. Hungary's debt management agency announced that the country secured a loan exceeding $1.1 billion from Chinese banks earlier this year. The loan involving the China Development Bank, the Export-Import Bank of China, and the Hungarian branch of the Bank of China Limited is designated for infrastructure and energy development projects. Pakistan's jailed former Prime Minister and PTI founder Imran Khan has filed a petition in Lahore High Court against potential handover to military custody amid circulating rumors that plans were underway to try him for the May 9 riots through a court-martial. A panel of UN-backed independent experts expressed grave concern on Thursday over rampant discrimination and violence against the minority Ahmadi community in Pakistan. The experts, who operate under a Human Rights Council mandate but do not speak for the United Nations, urged Pakistani authorities to ensure the protection of Ahmadis. North American Aerospace Defense Command, also called NORAD, intercepted a formation of 4 bombers consisting of 2 Russian Tu-95 Bear bombers and 2 Chinese H-6 bombers near Alaska. This marks the first time Russian and Chinese military aircraft have operated together in the Alaska Air Defense Identification Zone. Australia has located the shipwreck of the MV Noongar 55 years after it sank off the New South Wales coast, killing 21 people. The 71-meter freighter carrying steel was lost in stormy weather in 1969, sparking one of the country's largest maritime search operations. Rebel army in Myanmar announced that it had seized control of a major regional military headquarters near the Chinese border. The Myanmar National Democratic Alliance Army claimed to have taken the strategic city of Lashio in northern Sha State, roughly 120 kilometers from China, after 23 days of combat with government forces. It is time for a break now. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
इस तरह आरकेटीएफ विश्वविद्यालय राज्य और देश के आधुनिक और उच्च विश्वविद्यालयों में से एक है। RKDF University, a world-class university. Education glorifies nation.
Apple has introduced its family setup feature in India, allowing children to make calls and send messages using a cellular Apple Watch without needing their own iPhone. This new feature enhances connectivity for kids and is being promoted on Apple's website, building on the existing capability of setting up an Apple Watch independently from an iPhone. South Korea's SK Hynix, a major Nvidia supplier, reported its highest quarterly profit since 2018 due to a surge in AI chip demand. However, the company's shares dropped by up to 8.4% in morning trade, reflecting a broader decline in US tech stocks like Nvidia and unmet investor expectations. Former US President Donald Trump unleashed scathing attacks against Vice President Kamala Harris in his first rally after US President Joe Biden announced that he is ending his re-election bid, making Harris his likely Democratic nominee in November. New Delhi has a long-standing relationship with Moscow, and every country has freedom of choice in a multipolar world, the Ministry of External Affairs said while reacting to top US official Donald Lu's remarks on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent visit to Russia. Indian Army issued an update in which they stated that non-commissioned officer, the NCO, Naik Dilwar Khan was killed after he was shot during a confrontation with suspected Pakistani terrorists near the line of control in Kupwara district, Jammu and Kashmir. India has asked Canada to take strict action against individuals threatening Indian leaders following a video released by Sikh separatist Pannu targeting Indian origin MP Chandra Arya and other Indians in Canada. In a media briefing, MEA spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal condemned these threats and called for decisive action. India is celebrating 25 years of its Kargil war victory on Friday, that is today, honoring the heroes who made history. One such story is that of Honorary Captain VP Singh, an Army Air Defence officer who served as the Battery Havildar Major during the conflict. Singh displayed remarkable bravery by becoming the first to use a Russian-made Igla missile in a surface-to-surface role to destroy an enemy bunker, showcasing the courage and innovation that defined the Kargil War. In the last 3 financial years, 15 functional bridges and 11 under construction ones on national highways have collapsed in India, resulting in 6 deaths. The Ministry of Road Transport and Highways informed the Lok Sabha on Thursday. A high-level committee led by Union Home Minister Amit Shah approved multiple disaster mitigation and capacity building projects for various states on Thursday. These projects aim to combat urban flooding and prevent glacial lake outburst floods. The committee approved 9 proposals for funding from the National Disaster Mitigation Fund and the National Disaster Response Fund. That's all for the headlines of the day. For more updates, download the app and keep watching Rhythm.